What's up, kings and queens? Happy Wealth Wednesday. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, what's good? All right, guys, so obviously I've talked a bunch about budgeting, financial planning, all that good stuff on this channel, specifically on Wealth Wednesdays. But today I actually want to break down the budget planning process step by step. If that interests you, keep watching. All right, so step number one in budget planning is actually writing out all of your expenses, your recurring expenses. So your monthly bills, things that are there every single month. What I typically do is I just take one day out of the month and I'll write down all of my bills. Even the things that are like common sense, like your mortgage or your rent, like write those things out as well. I write down everything: mortgage, rent, power and electricity, water, sewage, trash, cable, internet, car insurance, car payments, health insurance, Netflix if you have it. Like, write down everything: Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, literally everything that is a recurring expense. Write it down. That's step one. Step number two is actually to write out all of your income, your projected income. So if you are paid weekly, you will write out, how much you make per week. Multiply that by 4 so that you have your monthly income. Or if you get paid bi-weekly, it's the same thing. So if you get paid twice a month, you write that out, add those two deposits together till you can see what your monthly income is. Step number three is to actually utilize a planner. I currently have 2 planners because, the one that I have for 2019-2020 is ending within the next month or two. And then I have another one that is starting, from now to a year from now. So I currently have 2 planners, but you want to make sure you at least have 1 planner so that you can write out all of your bills and due dates. If you have, if you don't want to actually have a paper planner or a hard copy of a planner, utilize the planners that are in your phone, your calendars, Google Calendar, just so that you can actually put in what days each bill or expense is due. Step number 4 is to actually figure out where within your finances you can cut back on things, whether it's not going out to eat, eating at home, it's bills that are kind of unnecessary. So if you have Netflix and Hulu and some other streaming service, maybe you don't use cable. Why do you need it if you typically only watch Netflix and Hulu? So things that are expenses but can be either cut in half, cut down a little bit, or completely cut out. Step number 5 is to actually set a savings goal for your week. So what that means is if you want to save, let's say $20 a month, you would just make sure that each week, maybe it's on Friday, maybe it's on Saturday, you deposit that $5 for your week into your savings account. Whatever your savings goal is, figure out how much you would need to save per week, and then, make sure that you're doing that so that not only are you covering all of your expenses, but you're also putting money away and keeping yourself accountable for that savings goal. Step number 6 is to actually utilize the alarms in your phone. So set reminders on your calendar for bill due dates. What I typically do, and I think I've shown this in one of my other videos, is that I actually put a reminder in my phone for all of my bills, but I set it for 2 days before. So if my rent is due on the 1st, I'll set a reminder for the 29th or the 30th, just depending on how many days is in that month. Give yourself 2 days so that you know, oh, this bill, especially if it's automatic withdrawal, oh, this bill is about to come out in 2 days. Do I need to move money around? Am I set? Am I good? Can I pay it early? Just set those reminders so that you know what's about to happen within your bank account. My final step number 7, is to actually revisit your budget plan every single month, at least once a month, because things will change. Some things fluctuate. Your expenses can change for the worse or they can change for the better. So some things may get cut out that you no longer have to pay for. Maybe you've paid something off, or maybe you've accumulated additional expenses and now you have to add that into your budget plan. So you can't continue to operate on the same budget plan that you had at first just because now you have more expenses. So my tip to you guys is to actually revisit your budget plan at least once a month. I prefer to do it at the very beginning of a month if I have not already done it at the very end. So say for instance, tomorrow is October 1st. I would prefer to do it on the last day in September versus once the month has already started, if that makes sense. But to each his own, whatever works for you, whatever works for your finances. These are my 7 steps for budget planning. Pretty simple, very straight to the point, and it gets the job done. Ultimately, you want to save more than you spend. You want to cut out expenses so that you can reach your goals, ultimately. Comment down below if this was helpful for you at all. Also, if it's something that you struggle with and you would like me to dive more into budgeting, let me know that as well. I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video, and I will see you back for the next Wealth Wednesday.